Well, hello there and welcome back. Just want to say at the top of this video, thank you so much to everyone that continues to watch. It's wonderful and really makes me very happy. So thank you very, very much. Today we're going to do two items. We're going to do another Miniverse animal and we're going to do another Miniverse Hello Kitty and Friends. So we're going to do these two. So I'm going to start by unboxing, then I will make them both, one after the other. So we'll start with the animals. So we have got obviously our tweezers as always, put them to one side. We've got this lovely paper again, and again we have a base and a little bowl which will give us some indication of what's in there, like that. Just grab my animals one from the side here. I keep all my little menus off to the side. So I'll just get that ready. Put that one to one side for a moment. Okay. And ooh, this is already going well. We have some hamster treats. We have a hamster wheel. And we have a hamster with bedding. So let's take a look at the hamster first. I know it's going to be exceptionally cute because all of the Miniverse animals are adorable. Look at him. Isn't he cute? He's adorable little thing. So you can sit and watch me make your home, mate. So we know that we've got the hamster with the wheel, which is this one here, hamster number 2. So we'll fold all that over. So this is the one we've got. Very, very cute. So the first thing it tells you to do is to put the bedding in, then make the wheel, put the wheel in, put the food in the dish, and put the hamster in. As I've previously said, I do love how simple these ones are. They are very easy, which is why I'm doing 2 makes on this video instead of my usual one. I would normally do just, one, but it would be a very, very short video, and from the analytics that I have gathered from the YouTube Studio app, it seems that the slightly longer but not massively long videos are the favourites among my viewers. So that's what you're going to get from now on. You won't get, I might do the occasional short video, but the one short that I have uploaded has not had anywhere near as many views as the other videos. So it's clear that that's not the fan favourite, as it were. So this wheel seems to be pretty straightforward. Let me just double check what they say on here. Yeah, so pop it there, and then this goes through the middle of that and then clips into there. Does it really? Doesn't feel like it does, but apparently it does. And then wheel. It's very cute. Do love that. So I think what I'm going to do is just scrape a little bit of the bedding over here, pop the wheel in, and then pop the bedding down so it's at a lower level than the wheel but not underneath it, so it can still turn. And then I'll pop my little hamster in there. It's quite hard to get him in the wheel apparently, so I shall put him here instead. Wonderful. And then I'll get my trusty scissors. As I say crusty scissors there. Interesting. Snip the top of the packet off. Hopefully I can then pop the last bit open. Oh, you little what's it? There's a tiny little hole. So just pop the edge of my scissors. Make sure it's focusing first. Yeah, okay. Pop the edge of my scissors into the hole to widen that up. And then this is the hamster food. It's a lot crumblier than the guinea pig and the bird food that we've got. You can see it's more like sprinkles. So I think what I'm going to do is do that and then see if I can get some more of that sandy, squishier stuff, because I think that'd be better. There we go, there's loads of it there. Okay, so we've got a big ball of that now, so pop this back in this bag, which I can already foresee is going to be a bit of a bother. But there we go. I will do it and it will be fine. A little shaky. Shaky, shaky. Most of it. Just need to put a little bit more in. Grab my scissors, push that down. It depends on what you want. You know, if you're never going to move this, if it's just going to sort of sit on a shelf in a doll's house or in a display, you know, if you're going to use it in that display pod, for example, then you're probably not going to need to go to the trouble of making sure that you've got quite a lot of the sand mixed in with it. But for me, you know, these pieces are going to be in a room in a doll's house, and will more than likely get touched. Woo! Do you know what? I'm going to do that in a minute because my hands are shaking. Let's get this part of the food in there first. So I'm just kind of squishing the kinetic sand stuff down in the hopes that maybe it will work a bit better, but it's really, really soft. I'm almost tempted to put some resin in this, actually. Just checking my stock to see if I've got any clear that is open. I do indeed. Yeah, I'm going to do that because this is just not going to stay in there. Yeah, I mean, obviously you can use super glue, you can use resin, you can use whatever you want. If you want to make it a bit more permanent. Sorry about this, just gonna grab my tub of resin. Okay, sorry about that. So I've got some leftover, partially used clear resin. There we go. So I'm just gonna grab that little. I'm not going to grab that food dish off there because that is in there. So I'm just going to hold that there for a moment just to let it come down a bit because it was stored upright, which is, I normally store these upside down. I don't know why I stored this one upright. I don't know what was going on with me. But it's fine. So how's everyone's day? We all good? Just waiting for this resin to come down. Oh no. Feels like there's a very, very, very small amount left in there. Okay, I'm going to leave that to one side, upside down. And I might get... Do I have any other clear up there? No, but I do have some that's sort of slightly creamy, but not too bad. I've got some olive oil and salad dressing and stuff like that, so I will use... Oh, I've got the vinegar. I've got the leftover vinegar from the gherkins. That'll be perfect. Oof. Right, sorry about that. Leftover vinegar from the gherkins, which was stored upside down, so should be much easier. Oh yes. Okay, so I'm just going to pop 2 drops in there. I don't think I'm going to need more than 2 drops. We shall see. Okay, So I'm going to get some of that in there first, and then some of the kinetic sandy stuff. Put that down very gently so that I don't touch it too much, because we don't want to touch resin, do we? That's what we're learning. So pop some of that kinetic sandy stuff down like that, and then we'll pop some of these carrots and peas, which I'm guessing is what they are, on top. And then once I've done that, I will use my finger to just push them down a little bit more, because then they'll get into the resin, but my finger won't, which is what we want, isn't it? And then I might pop a little blob more on top, but I don't know, because I don't really want it to be looking as though it's got resin in it. I don't want it to look sort of shiny or wet, because, you know, hamster food's not going to be shiny or wet. And we like realism, don't we? So, pop one of those in there. Okay. Squish that down a little bit. I'm going to be doing something quite special on here soon. I don't want to talk about it too much, but keep watching this space. I am part of a group on Facebook of mini lovers, and one of the ladies on there is doing a competition, like a remix competition. So she's sending random ingredients out to us, and we're going to use those ingredients however we would like to make something new. And then we need to make it, give her some pictures within a week, and then she will have it up for voting for a week. I don't know what the, you know, if there's a prize for the winner or anything like that. I think it's just a bit of fun. But I'm very excited about it, because I'm a very controlled person, and it would be really nice to be able to sort of let loose and, you know, relinquish some of that for the good of mini making. So I'm very excited about it. But I have asked her for her permission. She said it's fine to put the video of me making it up on here. So I will be, once I receive it, I'll be unboxing it, showing you all of the bits and pieces that I've received from my remix, and then I'll be making something. I'll be working it out, and then making something on camera. So that will be fun, and then I can obviously let you guys know the outcome of that, how well it was received and stuff like that. I'm going to leave those few little bits of food in the bed, because, you know, hamsters are not immaculately tidy all the time, are they? Anyone that's ever had a hamster knows that much. So as you can see that there's a bit of resin in there, but it's not like wet. It just, you know. So I'm going to pop that into the lamp and get that going like that. I'm going to get this lot tidied up, and then we'll move on to the next make. I will pop my leftover hamster food up there for now. Pop this lot away, and then by the time I'm actually ready to cure the Hello Kitty one, we will be cured on that one. So let's just put this away as well. Yeah, I've got a lot of fun things in the works, a lot of fun ideas of future videos and stuff like that. So we're going to have fun in the coming months, and hopefully years. So anyone that's not opened one of these before, the outside, one side says Miniverse. This is all sort of like embossed, I suppose. It feels lovely. If you're into sensory things, it's very, very nice. And then this side says Hello Kitty and Friends, and it's got all of the characters that are in this series. So we've got Kuromi, My Melody, Hello Kitty, Karopi, Pom Pom Purin, and Cinnamon Roll. So they're the different rooms I'm going to have in my Hello Kitty, Sanrio doll's house. So these are all the items that you get in it. There's quite a lot. So first of all, we've got our stand things. I don't know what you'd call them. When reviewing my mini brands video, I should have popped a note in, but I was very tired when I did the editing of that video, so I didn't do anything. But as I was reviewing it, I realised that the word I was looking for was nozzle, for this little doodad. Nozzle. So I do apologise for how not myself I was in that video. So just like with the normal Hello Kitty capsules, that bit clops in there. And then I'm not going to show you what we've got. I'm just going to put this bit together and we'll see if you can work it out by the time I'm done. Yeah, that one goes in there. So we get these two little pieces. I think everyone knows what that is instantly. If you know your Hello Kitty, you're going to know what I'm doing. And then that clips onto these little ridges here, like this. And then we've got the little base for our table. Put straight in there. Our cute cinema roll tabletop. This table will be going in the Sanrio house. And then we have our little cinema roll awning, I suppose. I was struggling to try and work out what to call it the other day. And I figured it is, you know, like an awning, really. It doesn't shield anything, but it just kind of sits there. And I like it. Then we have a really cute cinema roll placemat with lots and lots of clothes. That's our Miniverse Make It Mini Hello Kitty and Friends. Put that to one side for a moment. I can already tell that this is adorable. Oh my goodness. Look at the little tray. I love it. And then we have Leave Your Worries Behind. I'll pop that there. So if you want to pause and have a look at your leisure, you can do. It's very cute with all the characters on it and stuff. Love it a lot. Okay, and then we have this cute little package with Cimarol with a cupcake on his head, because why not? Or her head. I can't actually remember if Cimarol is female or male. I believe male, but I cannot remember. And then we've got 3 little wicks, Sunshine Candle Co. Anyone that knows this series will know which one this is now. We've got some little deco stars. Very cute. That's everything from that bag. Then obviously this is going to be our utensils as always, but I'll open it anyway because there is a little special thing. So you get special character coloured tongs, which are very, very cute. And then you get absolutely nothing else. Some of them come with like spatulas and stuff with the name on the handle. I didn't realise that this one didn't, so I apologise for the anticlimactic conclusion of that. And then in here we have a nozzle and some candle wax resin, beeswax white with cinnamon rolls. Cute little face. Okay, so now that we know the one we're going to be making, we can open this up. I'm going to show you what's in that little box in just a second. So it's not that side. These are all the ones that you can, well, this is one half of the ones you can collect. And that's the other half of the ones you can collect. As I say, I am missing some of these. Like these two especially, I really, 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 really want. And the 2 Kuropi ones. These 2 little beauties. Desperately want those. A friend of mine has one of these that she's going to send me. Because she's wonderful. So thank you very much. You know exactly who you are. And Yes, very excited. So, this is the one we're making today. Oof. Candles, bougies. Bougies. How bougie. So, that just shows you everything we're going to be using today. And then my favourite bit. I've seen other people unbox these, but I've not physically unboxed these myself. A lovely lady that I met online does some 3D printing stuff. Again, you know who you are. And she sent me a few bits that she had 3D print. Oh no! This one has 2 mouths. What the H? Oh no. As I was saying, she sent me some bits that she had 3D printed that were from this, or replicas of this. So I'm going to pop these onto this tray, and I'm going to pause you, and I'm going to go and look in the box of things that I got from her and see if I can get the other one of this that she did, because that is annoying. That is really, really annoying. Miniverse, what are you doing to us? 2 mouths. You know, I can probably... Is it embossed in? Slightly. It is slightly embossed in. I mean, I can probably get a Q-tip with some alcohol in it and wipe that off, but I'm not going to do that right this second. So, as I say, I'm going to pop you on pause, go check my box, and I'll be back in a mo. Okay, so I'm back. This is the little bag of spare bits that she sent me. So these are the bits that she's made. So these are very, very cute, and they will look amazing in Cinema Roll's room. They will be used, not in this make, but they will be used. And these little red ones are adorable as well. Again, they will be used. I definitely prefer these to the pink, but I want to make this set as intended, except for this monstrosity that they've sent me. This is one of the things she sent me. She did this, but in white. It's really adorable, and again, that's going to look amazing in Cinema Roll's room. I'll probably put flowers in it and paint the face up. But she did make me a replica of this, which is perfect. It has a single mouth. It's clear, so you're going to be able to see the candle through it. It's genuinely amazing. So much better than that monstrosity. So I'll pop the monstrosity back in there. I have no words. I have no other words other than monstrosity to explain that. Yes, it would be very disappointing if I didn't have a wondrous human being that has sent me some good things. So, thank you again. You know who you are. Now then, I'm just trying to work out where... See, I think that looks quite nice. I'll just pick you up. There we go. Adorable. So we'll start with Cinnamoroll, his/herself. I don't want to damage this. I'll tell you what, maybe if I do a little snippy in the corner here, I can slide them out without damaging the rest of the packaging. Who knows, we're on a learning curve together. As I say, I've not opened this set before now, so I cannot say for sure. But I feel like that will work. Yay! It did work. I don't think it really matters which wick you use. They do look like they're the same length. So that's good. Now then, there's a bit of plastic. I'd rather it rips on this end than up there where Cinema Roll's little face is, to be honest. So let's do that. And then get this little tray out. Come on. There we go. You wee blighter. Pop that over there. Okay. So we have our 3 wicks. Very cute. Love them. Yeah. very, very happy about that. They're really, really sweet. Obviously, they're just made from plastic, but I mean, you could always, you know, use some silicone to make a mold of these, and then use resin to make them, or you could make your own out of string and real wax. It's whatever you want, really, I feel, at this point. So that doesn't need any warming up or anything, does it? My goodness. So I'm just going to pop a blob in the bottom here, just a singular blob. And then I am going to pop my wick in, position it where I'd like it, and then cure that so that we can carry on with no problems. I am going to use the nozzle this time, I know, shock horror, because from what I can tell, it's going to be very difficult to get around the wick to get the resin in the jar otherwise. So as you can see, I've just put a singular blob in the bottom. So now I'm going to take my wick and pop that in the middle there, like that. Make sure it is centered, make sure it's not wobbling around, and then that can go on under my lamp as well. There we go. And then I should do the same with these two. Come on, you. Come on. Go away, Mr. Bubble. There we go. Obviously, these ones are going to take a much smaller bubble. Maybe it did need a bit of a warm-up. It's being a bit of a pain already. I've seen other people do these online, and they've all struggled and said that you don't get enough stuff, which is concerning. But I feel like once I've got the blobs in, I can just put this upside down while I'm doing the rest of it, and it won't be an issue. Just get that up there, and then same in this one. Oh, see, that's already coming out a lot more in this one. Okay, there we go. Get a little bit more in this one. And then once that little tail has blooped up, it has been highlighted to me that I use my own terminology for things, and that, you know, some people might not appreciate the random words I make up for things. Other people might like it. So apologies if you're one of the ones that doesn't enjoy my strange English. But, you know, it takes all kinds, doesn't it, everybody? So there is that one, and obviously that is now very firmly in there, which is what we would like. I'm going to leave the candle wick the length it is on that one, because I think that's the perfect length. I'm going to grab another candle wick, and I think because of the size of these, they are quite, especially this one, yeah, they're quite small. So I think what I'm going to do is use one of these and then cut the top bit off and just use the top bit in that one. So I'll use this one in here, like that, like that, because that's going to be a silly length for a candle wick otherwise. But if I trim that off about there, like that, that'll be the perfect length for that. So I'll just pop that under my lamp as I do the next one. Okay, and then for this one, there's no base on it, but it is a white candle, and you know, I'm not going to be looking at the bottom. So I'll just sort of twiddle that around in there a bit, just to sort of coat it all the way, and then Obviously the stand is there to help it stand up. But if I just put my finger in the way there and just put my hand under the lamp a moment with the candle there, it should. So it's already, I haven't cured it, I've just put it under there for a couple of seconds and it's already starting to harden up a little bit in there. So it stands up a bit better. And then I'll do the same thing again. Just making sure that I don't... Trying to work out the best way of doing this. Maybe like that. Yeah, so if I do it at an angle, it will naturally fall towards my finger, and then I can just cure it with my hand here, and it won't go anywhere I don't want it to. Which is good, isn't it? Ah dear. Right, I think, yeah, that's enough now that I can just pop that in there and leave it alone. We'll get our little hamster out while they're doing their thing. So there he is. His food's not going anywhere now. He is complete. Very, very cute, I feel. So, pop him over there. Okay. Now we'll pop our little, the larger of the two out. And how is the second one doing? Does this still need a bit more time? No, we're good. So that's those three done. So now I'm going to give that a bit of a tappy tap so we don't get all the resin coming out. And then I will pop the nozzle on and immediately put that back upside down. And now we're getting a nice squeeze on that. And we want to fill it up a fair amount for now, just like that. Leave that to settle. Pop a little bit more in here. Yeah, that should do it. Leave that to settle. Same in here. Leave that to settle. And then put a load more in here. Because this is a clear one, it will cure really well, so you don't have to worry about overloading it. If it wasn't clear, if I was doing this, for example, in the white one that my lovely friend made, I wouldn't put it all in at once. I'd do it in sort of smaller layers because it's not going to be able to go through the sides. It's only going to be the top. So you want to do sort of a thin enough layer that the UV will be able to get through that layer. Let that cure and then do the next layer and just keep going like that. Whereas with this one, I can just go ahead and pop it all in at once. Because it's clear all the way around and I have a lamp that, because it's a nail lamp, goes all the way around, it's not going to be an issue. If you're using a hand torch, I would not do what I'm doing because it will not cure all the way through. Unless you're using I feel like it's a 365 NM. I might be wrong, please don't quote me, but I feel like it's a 365 NM is better at deeper curing levels. And a 395 NM is better at, you know, shallower. So as you can see, I've filled that all the way to the brim, ready for our stars to go in to the top. They're kind of waxy coloured, so I'm going to leave that to settle a moment and then pop a little blob more in these ones so I can do the same thing. I'm not going to, I never badmouth anybody, as anyone that knows me personally will know, so I'm not going to do that, but I do feel a bit confused at the people that I've watched make these, because to me I mean, I've still, careful. I've still got loads of this left over, and I've filled them as much as I possibly can. And one of the main gripes I've seen, as I say, from people making this online is that the resin doesn't go to the top. So I'm not quite sure why it wouldn't. Yeah, it's very interesting. Anywho, so I'm just checking the top for any little bubbles. And if I find any, just grabbing my little trusty toothpick and popping those as they come up. The focus is annoying me today. It's exactly the same setup. I think my phone's just had enough. Okay, there we are. So there's that one. There's that one. And there's that one. I will show you the top of that properly once I've cured it, but at the moment it's just a big pot of resin, so I'm a bit scared to nudge it in anyway. I'm just going to do a quick check round, see if I can see any boublés in there. There's a big one in his bum, I think. Oh no, that's part of the moulding. Ignore me. So yeah, no, there is one in his ear though. That is a definite bubble, but am I bothered? Let's see if we can knock it out. I'll tell you what, let's give that a tappy tap, leave it to the side, and then we'll do this, and then if they've come to the surface by then, wonderful. If not, I'm not bothered. So I don't know how everybody else wants to do these, but we've got pink, we've got yellow, and we've got clear. And obviously Cinnamoroll's colours are blue and white usually. Obviously there's a little bit of pink involved, but for the most part it's blue and white. So I think what I'm going to do is put blue ones in there, pink ones in there, and yellow ones in there. So for the pink ones, I'm going to pop one there, one there, one there, and one there. Just going to move that with my toothpick a tiny bit. I'll put a fifth one in there because it's a 5-pointed star. And my little OCD mind will not allow me to do anything less than that. So there we go. That's going straight in the lamp before they sink to the bottom and get lost forever. So that's going. Right. And then for this one, I'm just pulling that wick a little bit because it is. There we go. So, what is that? That's not a star. Seriously. I don't know what's going on with this set. So let me pop 5 of these to a side, 5 of those to the side. These can go back in there. So boop, 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 into the lamp. Done. Okay. So we've got a couple of little ones that have come to the surface now. So I shall get rid of those and then we'll crack on. Okay, lovely. So there's that. So one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there, and into the lamp. Okay, so let's take a look. So we've got this one first of all. You can see it's all hardened. I think it's turned out really quite cute. It's a lovely little candle for our tray. The pink one, where are you, pink one? Aha, there you are. Again, I feel like it's turned out really well. Pop that on the tray. And then Cinnamoroll, him/herself. Very cute. We still have that big bubble, but it's not the end of the world. So yeah, pop that on the tray. And that is our finished tray. Very, very cute little candles. I love them. They're going to look amazing in his little room, or her little room. Let me know what you want me to do next. I can do more of the Haribo stuff. I can do the cake with the gummy bears. I can do Hershey's. I can do another Hello Kitty make. Whatever you want. Just comment down below and let me know what you want me to do, and I will do it. Enjoy your day, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.